Welcome to the Sports Radio Show with me, the Gabby Cabby, on Sports Radio Birmingham and supporting B1%. Tonight I'm at the home of a mecca. Well, it is a mecca of music in Birmingham. It's the Victoria Pub in John Bright Street, and I'm first on the show. I'm being joined by Mixtape Saints, who are headlining tonight another Chris Johnson Presents evening. Firstly, young Samuel, how are you, mate? Welcome to Birmingham.
I'm alright, thanks, man. Thanks for having us.
Can I say welcome to Birmingham? You're from Leamington and Leamington Way, aren't you? Some of you, but not all of you.
Oh, I was born in Brum, but yeah, so it's sort of a hometown show, but and we've lived. These guys were all. You're from Leamington originally, apart from Warren, who's from Leighton Buzzard. So we're from all over the place, but we tend to play in Leamington most of the time.
So firstly, tell me about where you're from in Birmingham, and then tell me all about Mixtape Saints. And how did you get that name? Because it's a really strange name, isn't it?
I guess it's kind of about growing up for me, and I think certainly probably for these guys as well. Like the way that we got into music was by swapping tapes with our friends, and by you record songs off the radio, or if someone gets a new CD or something like that, then you'd make a mix with your friends, and you can time it out and see what records you can fit on each side and things like that, and you swap them around and play them in the car, whatever, and things like that. So I think that's partly where that came from, really, and it's just a bit about that, I guess. Yeah.
And where did you come from? What part of Birmingham were you from? Were you born?
I grew up. Well, I was born at the QE, and then I grew up like Cotteridge, around that way. So up there, and went to school there, and then moved out when I was 12. Yeah. So been slightly south ever since then.
Fair play. So tell me all about your group. I believe there's 4 in it. As you're headlining tonight. I've looked at you. You've got 2 EPs. One, your older one, which is a white cover, and there's some writing. That sounds attitude writing to me, especially that last little line. Explain it.
I think the first record we've got upstairs was actually a solo record that I did 3 years ago, something like that now. So that was like 1 heart, 2 hands, free speech, and 4-letter words, which is just, I think that was kind of what it was like to play on my own at that point. I think a lot of the songs were always written with a band in mind. There's always a band in my head, but not necessarily on stage at the same time. So it's just kind of developed from there, and then obviously these guys have been involved, and we've kind of gone from there, really. The other one's called Heavy Water, and we released that at the end of last year, which is really, really cool to do a full band record, and I think we're pretty proud of it, and it's been a good stepping stone in the right direction of what we want to do. Hopefully we'll go make another record at the end of the year.
What I love with bands, because when I interview you guys, I have no script, I have absolutely nothing, but you've just given me a right little tap in. Heavy Stones, Heavy Water, and you're on about stepping stones. Mate, that is a slick link, innit?
Yeah. I'm not that slick. I think I'll leave that one to you. I was trying not to say anything dumb.
And what kind of music is it? Describe yourself. Who's your influences? What kind of bands in the past have got your juices flowing? What kind of bands these days get them flowing?
Well, we call it punk rock soul, which I think that's kind of based around the fact, like, in my head I'd like to be Otis Redding, but I'm not. I'm just some kid who grew up playing punk rock. So that's the way it is. In terms of the main influences, I guess, like, it's got quite a lot of The Clash, kind of like hefty dose of Bruce Springsteen. In terms of modern bands that are kind of doing similar things to us now, then I think the main comparison is Gaslight Anthem from the States, and the Hold Steady from the States. In terms of the UK right now, I think probably like the guys in Apologies I Have None are doing really well for themselves. Great Cynics. Our buddies in Magpies and Vagabonds.
They're really good as well.
Give a shout out to those dudes. I think they've played down here before. Like Dan's coming down later as well.
Okay.
He played in this band like for a while towards the last year. He was playing bass before Rich came and played with us. So we've had like member sharing and things like that. We've been playing with those guys for quite a while. But obviously their new record's just come out, and that's totally killer as well.
How difficult or how easy is it to get your music out there and your music played on radio stations?
Depends where you look. I think in terms of punk rock, then like I think it literally kind of came out this morning that Mike Davis, who does the punk rock show on BBC One, is being made redundant. They're cancelling the show after
handy.
13 years. So that sucks, because that would have been awesome. Like, guys always supported unsigned music. And a lot of the smaller bands coming up, particularly from the UK. He plays a lot of stuff that maybe other DJs on Radio 1 wouldn't have looked at until they've got a lot bigger. But I mean, I think with how the internet is and things like that, if you go and find it, then there are places that will play. Obviously, you're here, and that's awesome. And there's a lot of guys who are doing podcasts and smaller internet radio and things like that. Like, it's quite cool. I guess it's like pirate radio back in the day, in that you can have free reign to play whatever you want without having to ask anybody who's going to have a word with what you're going to say and what the target market's going to be, or what the sales figures have got to be in order to get radio play. And I think that's really, really cool. So I guess it's kind of hard to break mainstream radio. I think it's really hard to break. But if you want to get played on independent radio, then you have to go find it.
Yes.
Both.
Easiest way to hook up with you guys: Twitter, website. I'll tell you something, Sam. This is going to be a proper loud night tonight.
Yeah.
We're out right next door to the Alexander Theatre in John Bright Street. These guys are blasting their windows out from out here, aren't they? I can feel the distortion in the microphone.
Getting clips. Yeah, I hope so. I think if it's going to be a night of rock and roll, and it's going to be loud to a certain degree, isn't it? Like, I think that's a good thing. Yeah, I'm into that.
I think it's going to be an ear bleeding about rock and roll like that. Is that your website? How do people get hold of you guys?
You can find us on Facebook, find us on Twitter. We did have a website, but I think it's turned itself off because we didn't pay for it. So we did it for a while. Like,
you're not the first band that I've said that to me this month.
Well, it's just, I don't know. We're just pretty disorganised. But that will be back at some point. I mean, like in general, if you want to find us, then come and talk to us at a show. That's the best thing to do. You'd be there. Like, rather have face-to-face contact. Internet's great, but it's nice to meet people in person, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But it's nice for them to link up. Then they can find your music, and then they can come and watch you perform. Because it's kind of, without that connection to what you're doing and who you are, they don't know who you are, so they're not going to turn up. You've almost got to get that music out there, get it out on Facebook, get it out on Twitter, get it out on SoundCloud, and then they come back to you.
Good tools.
Who's your other members of your band anyhow, boys? Let's have a word with you.
Right, I'm Joel, I play drums.
Okay.
Warren, I play guitar. I'm Rich and I play bass.
So what's Sam like as he's the front man, you know, every band needs a front man.
We're not allowed to swear on radio, are we? I don't think.
Swear on
no, he's without getting all gushy, he couldn't really ask for a better front man. Quality. Writes all the songs as well, like the lyrics speak for themselves, you know. Just come along and watch a show and see for yourself, it's quality.
Yeah, we're gonna. So who's the merchandising guy? I'm seeing you get all that merch out, and you've got t-shirts.
Yeah, we got the t-shirts, the CDs a lot. You know, it's just tape sets. The cassettes are really a big thing as well. Going with the name, you know, Mixtape Saints kind of works along with it, kind of old school, shows it kind of where it grew from. It's the kind of thing that we like doing as well, kind of quirky and odd.
And you're very arty as well, aren't you? Well, you appear to be arty, just say yes.
Is it the nose ring?
No, because the next link is, with you saying cassettes, there's a guy, Sir Horace Gentleman, one of the specials. He paints cassettes. He does, I can see one of your cassettes being painted by Horace. That'd be a great little kind of fillip for you,
definitely,
won't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, the cassettes are fucking great. You know, you got the CDs and the download codes and everything, but the cassettes are just something different that people kind of get for a novelty. It's kind of cool if you've got a cassette player, you know, play on that, go old school, and it's wicked.
Now, I'm guessing that with all this merchandising, you need somewhere to sell it. How's the best way to sell that to me? I want to buy one of your t-shirts, and you know, I can't come tonight. Right? I can't come tonight, but I want to buy a cassette. I want to buy one of your t-shirts. How do I do it?
Well, got Big Cartel up and running kind of soon, so we'll be putting all our stuff on there anyway. So just click an order and we'll send it to your place, kind of thing, or just get in contact with us and do it that way.
So who designs all the t-shirts? Is it a self? You know, is it within the group?
It's well, I work as a graphic designer,
Oh,
so
there you go.
you
I
pointed
thought
the
you were
mic at the
clever,
right
right?
person. Yeah. So I get to do all the stuff. Yeah, I do all the designs. Yeah.
I'll be honest, what I do is more luck than judgment. I just
Okay.
point and talk.
Yeah.
It's a great point and talking.
Yeah.
So that's what you do for a living. That's
Yes.
very handy for the band.
Yeah.
Because graphic and designing and all stuff like that, that's
Yeah.
the way forward with merchandising as well,
Yeah.
isn't it, mate?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that I love doing anyway.
Yeah.
You know, my passions are things like art, design, and music.
Yeah.
And I get to do all that with this band. You
Yeah.
know, and I'm just lucky that everyone else likes my work, that I get to, you know, put it on CDs. So.
We tell him we like his work. It sells, so
They get it for free.
Yeah, so that's why they like it.
So it's a great unison of a four-piece talent. Talking about talent, there's a bit of talent walking down the road there. Now. Keep your eyes off, Sam.
You don't get like limited spa.
Do you not?
Well, no comment.
Clearly he does, and clearly he's going to get into hot water, and he's digging a massive hole for himself. Now, as we said at the top of the interview, you're headlining tonight. Where else have you been playing? Where else are you gonna play?
Well, we've historically we've been doing all right. I mean, I think we were down in Watford 2 weeks ago, and then before that we played a really cool. Was it last week?
Yeah, last
It's all blurring into one. Last week we were in Watford. Week before we were playing in Southampton at a really cool festival called What the Fest, which is run by a buddy Ricky and has some pretty awesome punk bands come over from the States. So we were lucky to play that. Next we're back in Birmingham on July 18th at
Alright.
Flapper.
Great venue.
Yeah, which is awesome. We're doing a all-day festival in Nottingham on August the 3rd. Playing a hometown show in Leamington on July 12th. What else we got, Luke?
Well, you're busy boys
We're
for
busy,
a start.
yeah.
Tell me about
We've
the
got
Nottingham
some things.
event. Who's playing there at the festival?
Like a wicked band called Wonows are headlining. It's been put on by our buddy Shankland, who's based up that way. I've played with him like for a few years now on and off, but his band playing Isaac. Local band, Gorilla Monsoon, like you should totally check out. They're doing really good things. They just got signed to Paper and Plastic, who are like a label that run out of Florida in the States. So it's going to be cool to play with those guys. Oh, and a French band called Traders are coming over as well, and hopefully we're going to hook up with both those guys for a Brum show sometime in August as well.
Fantastic.
Which is ace.
So getting signed, is it something that you're looking at, or these days, do you need to be signed as a band?
I think it helps.
Yeah.
In terms of like the outlay costs and things like that, I don't think you necessarily have to. I mean, I believe in DIY.
Yeah.
But I think a label helps in terms of the distro aspect of it. I don't think in the current music industry, you're not going to get people signing up for a 5-album deal.
Yeah.
If they're gonna sign you, I mean the labels that we would look at would be good independents. I wouldn't want to get involved with anybody that would
do you over?
Yeah, well, not even just that. I mean, it sucks to get done over, but I think what's even worse is if you. I think it's that thing, isn't it? If you've got somebody telling you what you can sing and what you can't sing and how you should dress or how you shouldn't dress and things like that, then I don't think that's something that we'd ever be interested in. But I mean, I think it's there are some ace labels in this country. There are some ace labels in Europe and over in the States, and it would be wicked to work with some of those guys. Coffee Breath and Heartache, particularly fond of in this country. Household Name, Bomber Music are putting out music now. Specialist Subject, and like we'd love to put out a record with any of those guys because we respect the music that they put out and the way that they do business. And I think that's the main thing is if you can work with other people who want to do it the right way, then that's awesome. And if people don't want to do it the right way, then you don't want to get involved with other people's negativity. And I think that's the key of it, isn't it?
Well, you just give me another simple tapping because you did mention DIY. That is a great song by Paul Eaton and Jack Abbott. And this is a pub. I'm going in there now. It's happy hour. Did you see what I've done there?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Boys, for now, go and have a stormy night, smash it at Birmingham. I'm going to get hold of these noisy buggers and see if they'll come and do 10 minutes with me.
Sounds good. Thanks very much.
Cheers, lads. Thank you. Have a great time. Thank you.
bridge downtown, maybe sit by the river. I always thought it'd be someone worth saving, maybe I'm worth saving too. But it's cold in the winter, turns our hands to shades of blue. We live our lives in the graves that we're digging, but it's loneliest at night. You can't see through all the fire. Smoke of mirrors and misery for the last time will bring it down. I'm sick of this, I'm sick of this old year, and I'm sick of this downtown. Smoke of mirrors and misery for the last time will bring me down. I'm sick of this, I'm sick of this old year, and I'm sick of this downtown. It's enough to bring me down. Because the walls are in season, I feel the pores in the back of my head. They only feed our rage and fear. You're not down when you're lonely, I think you're cruel around for years. It's hard to speak when you're nothing but empty, but it's lonely as the night, when you're just two birds on a wire. Smoke of mirrors and misery for the last time will bring me down. I'm sick of this, I'm sick of this old year, and I'm sick of this downtown. Smoke of mirrors and misery for the last time will bring me down. I'm sick of this, I'm sick of this old year, and I'm sick of this downtown. It's nothing will bring me down. 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 Smoke of mirrors and misery for the last time will bring me down. I'm sick of this, I'm sick of this old year, and I'm sick of this downtown. Smoke of mirrors and misery for the last time will bring me down. I'm sick of this, I'm sick of this old year, and I'm sick of this downtown. It's nothing will bring me down. It's nothing will bring me down. Nothing will bring me down. So nothing will bring me down. So nothing will bring me down.
Joining me now on the Sports Radio Music Show, the noisiest band in Birmingham, and I have to say, the tallest geezer in Birmingham as well.
Could well be.
I've just come down through the Baltimore Mile, and I tell you what, I bet they could hear you down there.
Well, they'll have to come down,
You
won't they?
sounded superb,
Right.
but I've got to say, the windows were open because it is summer and it is nice and warm. But that was a wonderful sound that you got. Tell me about your band. Tell me the name. Tell me where you're from. I want to know all about you guys.
We're Me and Fiction. We're from, let's say, the West Midlands, Sutton Coldfield or the other end, Raleigh Regis.
Okay,
We
yeah.
met in Birmingham. We have a studio up in Birmingham. Sounds mainly 90s influenced, I think, but we've got a few stories to tell. We're not the youngest band probably going, but
Okay.
certainly don't look the youngest from them lot upstairs. But yeah, we're Me and Fiction, and we're a three-piece band, and we just enjoy making music.
Should we come in here a bit, because although we say it is summer, the wind and it does distort the sound.
Okay.
Nothing's going to distort you. And I like these steps. I'm as big as you.
Yeah, you are now. Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
So your influences, you're saying like the 90s. There were some great bands out in them days.
Yeah,
Oasis,
it's
Big
when
Blur.
when we were teenagers.
Yeah.
Saw Subject over here in the middle. But,
hold on. Saw Subject.
He's
He's
younger
having a
than you.
That's
No,
twice.
no.
You're joking. You're younger than him.
Yeah, a little bit. It's a few months in it.
a few months. Yeah, a few months.
Okay.
I don't know what bands are we influenced by. We're Super Furry
There's
Animals,
lots, isn't there?
Charlatans.
Yeah, I mean, some of your favourites are what? Ed Harcourt,
Yeah.
the Vales and those sort of things. So yeah, a lot of things that are maybe not so well known, a little bit more underground, something you have to search a bit more to find.
And Sutton Coldfield, Royal Sutton Coldfield, isn't it? Surely.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
There's a bit of to do about that. Yeah, the royal town of Sutton Coldfield.
Yeah. I think Prince Rupert stopped off when he had the Battle of the River Ray in Digbeth at Sutton.
We've played up Sutton a few times, haven't we? We've played 3 Tons Station.
That's
So
decent.
there's some great
decent
venues
venue,
there
isn't it,
up
there?
Sutton. But mainly we find ourselves playing out, being heard on the streets of Birmingham rather than not so much in the pubs.
Have you played here before at the Victoria?
Not played at the Vic before, no.
Yeah.
Actress about 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Flapper.
Sunflower Lounge.
Sunflower Lounge we've played. Yeah, so we've done Birmingham pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we just enjoy it as a hobby for now. You never know what happens, what the future holds.
Well, you don't, do you? CDs that's out. What have you got out there at the marketplace that we can whack on?
We've
our
got
radio
lots
show
on
and play for you?
SoundCloud.
Okay.
We've got lots on SoundCloud. We're going to do some more recording very soon, I think, this summer, which will hopefully let the cyberspace know about.
Yeah.
One way or another. So we just like to keep fairly busy in between our busy lives.
Yeah.
You know? So.
And the singer-songwriter who does the, well, I'm going to say the bulk of the work, because the drummer, everyone knows in the band, the drummer does the hard work, don't they?
Generally, well, we're all songwriters. We've all been singers once upon a time.
Yeah.
I do it in me and fiction, but I bring it to the studio, and all three of us contribute and add to the feast, and it shows, thankfully, because if they didn't, they wouldn't be as good as they are. So we're very proud of the whole 3-piece contribution with what we do.
Now, you've mentioned your studio a few times. Tell me about it.
It's Rabana's, good old Rabana's, on the edge of town. Rob, yeah.
Is that yours?
It's not ours. We've had a lock up there for a number of years, and we go there a couple of times a week, so it's ours. We can go whenever we want.
Yeah.
We think it's the best way to do this as a hobby, because your sound's there. You don't have to mess around with things when you get there.
Mark everything up, do decent recording. You know.
How difficult is it hooking up with a studio like Rabana's? Because obviously, time in studios costs money, and there's a lot of young bands out there that haven't got any money. I'd love to get a tie-up where we can send young bands down there and do a little bit of a session and cut a CD, because that's what our sports radio project is all about, getting CDs of bands, not just in Birmingham but further afield, but certainly in Birmingham, and putting that music out and showing and telling the world what great artists that we've got in this city. You know, the home of like Steel Pulse, UB40, Paul Weller. No, I know. Yeah.
Rob's very reasonable.
Yeah.
He's we've had a decent sort of deal and price with him since we've been there, and it's we don't feel it's expensive for what we get, but he'll do you a recording session as well.
Yeah.
He advertises for that as well. But everywhere
different size rooms for different size needs. So you don't need a massive room if you're only a 3-piece band.
Yeah.
So we do it, and we share it with another band. So it works out cheap for all of us, really.
Yeah. And how difficult is it getting out there in that marketplace and getting your music heard on radio stations?
Incredibly difficult.
Radio's different. They've got obviously the BBC introducing. Sorry to mention another radio station.
I like them at BBC.
That's all right, then.
Yeah.
Well, they offer a thing where you can upload it and you get listened to, and eventually, if you're lucky, you get played on the radio. there's 1.1 million people in the area, Birmingham and the West Midlands. I spoke to someone not long ago who lives in York, and he's on it, BBC Introducing. Whenever they submit a song, they'll get onto BBC Introducing, because there's only about 400,000 people in the area. So it's really easy compared to being down here. We've not got that far. We've uploaded 4 or 5 down the years, but I suppose we just sort of settle with what our SoundCloud and our gigs and recording and circulating it a bit that way.
But you're absolutely right. I mean, Brett, I know Brett quite well.
Oh, right,
they do a magnificent job. And to be fair, if it wasn't for the BBC, there literally would be nowhere in this country that plays it. And when you're looking at the export, if we're looking at the export of Great Britain, this wonderful island of ours, with like football, cars, fashion, music has got to be in that top 3 or 4, or even top of the pops.
Music is, but it's the wrong kind of music, isn't it? Saturday night music takes over in this country, unfortunately. There's very little room for bands like ourselves and those upstairs, so it's very sad, but it never used to be like that 20 years ago. You used to get bands like Pulp on top of the pops into the living room, no messing around. It was a lot easier. We kind of wish we did exist back then, to be honest, rather than today.
Jules Holland does on BBC Two, but he only has about 6 weeks. It's gone off again now, hasn't it?
I mean, it's only a short run, and it's
bloody daft, isn't it, really?
Know a man who knows a man who can get you onto there, isn't it? That's the thing. It's tough. It's really tough. Like Joe's saying, it's the world is ruled by Simon Cowell and his.
Sadly,
and
it is.
Oppo, so.
I'd love to smash him. I'd love to get that yacht and capsize the thing.
High five him in the face with a chair.
Oh,
there's a list of things, I think.
I think you'd have to join the queue. but again, like commercial, not just radio, but TV, the BBC does later. There is nothing on commercial
There used
TV.
to be. Do you remember the White Room with Mark Radcliffe on Channel 4? I'm going back to the 90s again. It's quite sad, really, isn't it? But it was good. There was platforms to get into the living room to broadcast it on terrestrial TV, because you have to go on YouTube these days to see a new music video.
You do.
TFI Friday.
The way it is. TFI Friday, wasn't that great? I used to enjoy that.
But
you see the Lemonheads on TFI Friday.
Bring it all back.
Well, you need to, because I mean, we do have chat shows like Jonathan Ross and 1 or 2 others, the Chatty Man and that. But it seems as though it's about the same 6 groups that's always on there. So for independent young bands or bands that are getting into the 30s, shall we say?
Yes,
it is almost impossible to break through. That's why with Unity we need an absolute music revolution, where we join together, and internet radio stations and the BBC join together and play and get that music out.
Yeah, please do.
And change
someone may wave the magic wand and bring it to an end. Yeah, I'd love that to happen. I'd absolutely love it. Yeah. And thankfully there are a lot of talented bands out there. You only have to come to places like the Vic tonight to see good bands. They're not hard to find physically. They're just hard to spot. Out in the on the centre stage.
I'll tell you what, I've been linking up with so many bands for our music project, and I am blown away how much talent there is there. We have a Biscuit Tin show on, because we got to show the Biscuit Boys, and we just have a laugh, take the piss, and play decent, proper, real music. And then we have the Biscuit Tin where we play we're playing about 30 different songs every week, and it's amazing how much talent. And we're going, right, we've got to leave that one out, but there's just that well of talent is just overflowing. But I'm hearing none of it on what I would say mainstream or real radio.
There are a few people that you find on it. They've got websites. They're on Twitter, and they'll get in touch with you. They'll have this blog show where they'll record a radio sort of session, hour and a half, and they'll put it on Twitter, and they'll broadcast it. And it sounds like a radio show, but it isn't a radio. It isn't really. They're not real radio shows like where you can tune in at 9 o'clock on a weekday and.
I'll be honest.
Evening session I used to do. Well, I think
this ain't a real radio show, neither. but we do our bit.
Convinced as it was.
Well, and that's the thing. It's all about convincing. It's all about whether you're on the internet or whether you're on a dial these days. You better be on the internet, because we can broadcast to 6 billion people worldwide.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that they don't all listen to us, but that's the chance that you've got, and that's the thing that it does give you, the internet, and it is a big, massive world out there. So we'll just keep playing it. And finally, Twitter and social networking sites. Are you big on it?
We're on Twitter. The band has a page on Twitter at Me and Fiction.
Okay.
All one word. SoundCloud you'll find, and Facebook you'll find from there. I think that's all. In the days of MySpace, we existed, but I don't think I've been on there for about 12 years. But yeah, we're on there, you know.
And Me and Fiction.
Kind of. It's kind of. I thought of it.
Okay.
Quite selfishly.
Yeah.
A lot of my songs are stories.
Yeah.
A lot of them aren't. They're thoughts. They're things that I like to convince people are stories, or they're actually real. But yeah, it's kind of
look at his lyric sheet.
Yeah, they're top secret. But I put it out there, and these two said, "Yeah, right, we'll go with that." We didn't really have a name before that.
Yeah.
So that was like 2008. We started jamming around. Yeah. So it's sort of stuck since then. And
When we were babies.
when we were, old babies.
Right, well guys, thanks very much for your time, and we're going to listen to you a little bit later.
Please do.
Hope you enjoyed.
Proper luck. I always look forward to getting out and listening to proper talent in Birmingham. Fantastic. Guys,
Nice one.
go and smash it.
Thank you. We
Cheers,
will.
lads.
All the best.
Cheers.
Where I stand in the smoke, how it smells so good. I'll remain just looking sideways for you to show, with a vision and a smile. I was thinking deeply about the time you just came into my life. You were a shadow behind. Well, now you cut me so low, share without telling me about this. Your last allowed mistake is gonna get me angry, and don't it show when you look at my face, my eyes, hands, grit, teeth. I was feeling like a cheat inside.
Joining me now on the show, the Sports Radio Music Show with me, the Gabby Cabby, Joe Tibbetts, part of Hope Street.
Yeah.
But Hope Street aren't going to be playing in John Bright Street tonight because your drummer's got a bad hand.
Yeah, basically he's managed to get an infected drumming finger. He got a cut in it. God knows where he's been sticking it, but it ain't working. So he's got a couple of weeks off. So he's bottled it tonight. So I'm here on my own, basically.
Fair play. We're going to talk about Hope Street in a little bit. We're going to talk about your solo project because you're going to be doing the acoustic. But first, I have to say, congratulations on your wedding as well,
Thanks
mate.
a lot. Yeah. Married 2 weeks now already, so it's flown past. It's a good night. Like, got the band playing as well, so it was a good day.
One of your best mates missed it, didn't he?
Yeah, because he got stuck on the M6. and he had the wrong trousers.
Yeah, he had mine. There's no way he was ever going to get into my trousers.
No.
But tell me about Hope Street. How many are you in the band? About your music?
Basically, there's the three of us in the band. I used to live in Portsmouth with our bass player Baz, and moved up here about 3 or 4 years ago. We've gone through loads of drummers. We kept like rehearsing with them, and then it come to a gig, they'd bottle it. And since we've had Corey in the band, things have gone from strength to strength, really. So it's been really good, and we've been doing the Birmingham circuit now for a couple of years, so it's all going well. So yeah.
And how is it going, Joe? You know, I've seen you on Facebook. It's Hope Street on Facebook. Are you on Twitter?
Yeah,
we're on websites.
Yeah, we're on
Twitter.
What's our Twitter thing now? I think it's Twitter/Hope Street Band.
Yeah.
Facebook's Hope Street Music. What else are we on? We're on Reverb Nation, and you can download all our songs for free on SoundCloud/Hope Street. So yeah, we've got all our pages and stuff, and it's going well. Like, we want to start gigging in London, because when I used to live in Portsmouth, we used to go up, because there wasn't much of a scene in Portsmouth. We'd go up to London a lot, Camden wise and stuff like that. So we're going to start getting some gigs going there, but it's always enjoyable around here. But obviously, we want to like branch out again a little bit now. Yeah. So.
How important is that? Because, you know, the Victoria and Chris Johnson again has put another great night on. So it must be, well, certainly from my point of view, so important to have venues like this, playing live music and supporting live music.
And the likes of Chris are amazing, really. You've got the Sunflower and the Victoria going. So yeah, it's always good nights. You got 3 or 4 or 5 venues around Birmingham that we play a lot, and so that's sort of like our bread and butter. So it's really enjoyable always doing them. But I think it is important to branch out a bit, go down London and stuff. You get more of a music following, I think, in London, to be honest. People will go to watch bands that they don't know just for the sake of going to watch music. So I think in Birmingham, we need to get more people to gigs, to live music, to be honest. You've got Manchester and Liverpool with the history they've got. You've got London with the history it's got. Birmingham should be right up there. So I think the more people we can get to gigs, the better. Yeah.
So for some people that aren't coming tonight, describe Hope Street. What kind of band are you? Who are you influenced by? Sell me Hope Street, mate.
Well, basically, like we're into like rocky indie stuff, so Oasis, Stereophonics, Kasabian, things like that. But we like to think we've got our own sound. I think Corey's added an element with his drums. He'll never do something ordinary. He'll take a song I've written and he'll change it, and he'll adapt it, and he'll do something different to it. So I think, to be honest, he's a good showstopper for the band. But that's our influences, and we just try our best to not mess around with our songs too much. Like, get to the point, good choruses and good verses, and just like, there's only 3 of us, no twiddling about too much, just good music. So
how difficult is it going to be for you tonight doing the solo and doing the acoustic without you two muckers on the side
it's
of
like
you?
missing an arm. But it's good to come. I do things on my own sometimes, like videos on YouTube and stuff. I haven't done a gig on my own for about 2 years. I will do it when these sort of scenarios pop up. But I'd rather be in a band making a bit of racket, to be honest. But once I get going, I'll be alright. I never usually get nervous, but I'll get a bit nervous on my own, to be honest. But yeah, I'll be cool.
Well, it's a big stage when you're on your own as well, and you can play 1 or 2 little things, and your mates will help you out, and the rest of it.
If you get a bum note when you're with the rest of the band, it doesn't matter so much. The bassist saves me, but tonight I've got no excuses, have I?
And you're playing at the Sunflower next month, aren't you?
25th of July.
Yeah.
So next one in Birmingham. Probably have something before then.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, we're going to try and go down London and stuff like that. So Yeah, the Sunflower Lounge on the 25th of July. It's our next gig at the moment. Yeah.
Where else in Birmingham have you been gigging recently?
We do gigs like the Flapper, Actress and Bishop. There's one in Moseley. It was called the Cross.
Yeah, I know it.
It's still changed to the Night Owl now. I'm not sure if they're still doing gigs there. It's the same promoter. Arthur does it up there. It's a great venue.
Yeah.
So we've done that a couple of times, and that's free. I think it's still going. I'm not sure. It's free. So obviously Moseley's I live in Moseley. It's a good scene down there. So hopefully that's carried on, because I think where it's free, more people are coming in and watching.
Yeah.
So we tend to do those sort of 4 or 5 venues all the time, basically. So
now Moseley is a very cosmopolitan area of Birmingham. So people listening to this show and don't understand Moseley, Birmingham. I always liken that place, and I think it's a great. I do a lot of work around Moseley. If an alien dropped on Moseley High Street, you wouldn't look at a place with that.
Nah, it's quality, to be fair. It's like you said, it's like going into your own little bohemian world. Like I love it up there, to be honest. It suits me. So I've lived there since I moved back to Birmingham about 4 or 5 years ago. So it's a wicked place, and I think it's a great place for music. It's a breeding ground for music. A little, like, obviously Ocean Colour Scene come from there. Moseley shows. So it's a great place to play. So hopefully it'll keep going. Obviously you've got the Moseley Festival as well. She's always try to go there most years as well. So
don't want to disappoint you, but Moseley shows is down Sherborne Street.
Oh, is it?
Ladywood. And Craddock's from Solihull.
Well, I know they used to play around there, but they used to play in the Jug of Ale.
Yeah, they did. Absolutely. They played there a lot. Sadly, that is no longer here.
I'm hoping that the one at the Cross has replaced that, because I used to go and watch my cousin's band there when I was a kid. So it's like, it was a really good venue. Like I had the Stereophonics. Went to see the Stereophonics at the NIA, and Kelly Jones mentioned the Jug of Ale, so it shows what sort of prestige it was in, like, as a venue. So I think we need a venue in Moseley, personally, myself. So
we've certainly got a venue, the Park, where they have they have a couple of festivals in there every year.
The folk and the jazz festival. Like, if anyone hasn't been down there, I think sometimes it's just sort of gets overlooked, but you get quality stuff down there, and it's a really good day out. So get a few beers down in the sunlight. If the sun's out, it's quality.
I'll tell you something as well, though, Joe. You would miss that park if you didn't know it's there.
Exactly, it's tucked away behind houses and stuff.
It's mad, isn't
to be honest, when I moved, I used to live behind Boots in Moseley, and I heard all this racket one day, and I didn't even know the festival was on, and I didn't even know the park was there. But so it's wicked.
Any festivals that Hope Street are doing this summer?
No, it's something we haven't actually done. We haven't done a festival before, so we'd love to do something like that. But we haven't got to that sort of level yet. Well, it'd be good to do something, definitely.
So would you be looking at this year or more next year for the festival scene?
If we had an offer, we'd go. Like, that's what we're like. We'll never turn down a gig. We're always up for gigs and stuff. So if something popped up, then we'd definitely do it. Definitely. But I mean, we're just going to keep working hard and gigging, basically.
So promoters and people out there that up and down this wonderful land of ours, Hope Street, are available at this point of time.
We don't care. We'll go anyway.
And hopefully your mate's finger will heal by then as well.
Hopefully you'll keep it out of trouble.
I reckon he's got our date, Joe.
Yeah, he probably has. He just. I think it's from constantly playing drums. He plays drums every day, and he got an infection, and then the doctors have messed it up, I think. And there's a picture on Facebook. His finger's half dropped off. So
all joking apart, I mean, you're playing them drums all day long.
Exactly,
there is a bit of.
I mean, he's in 3 bands, and so he finishes work every day. He goes down the studio, so he's always drumming. Same with guitar playing, I suppose. Like, everyone's going to get arthritis, and when we get a bit older, it's worth it, innit, for the music. So.
And again, that's the thing with you guys, musicians. You're not just in one band; you're in numerous bands. It's a way of life that you lead, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, I think some bands are like keen on getting signed and stuff, which everyone is. I think for me personally, I couldn't stop writing songs. It gives me an outlet. It might sound a bit silly, just something to do. And when I was a kid, when I first picked the guitar up, it gave me something to do. It kept me out of trouble, and now I sort of need it. So I'll always write songs, and I'll always play the guitar. So it's just the way it is.
Where do you draw your influences when you get the pen out? What you write?
Well, I don't really get the pen out. I just I play, and if something comes, then it comes. I pick my guitar up, and then if something doesn't come after 10 minutes, put it back down again. And the songs just seem to just come along. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's the best. Well, for me personally, it's the best way of writing songs. I don't try and force it. I don't worry if nothing's come for a month or so. it will do. So you just keep picking it up, and all of a sudden, I don't know. Lyrically, I suppose it's just whatever's going on, really.
Yeah. So you'll write the music first, and then you'll wrap the lyrics around the melody.
Yeah, basically, I'll get like a chorus melody and maybe a hook, like a chorus. Maybe the lyrics will just pop up, and then I'll just take it from there. If I need to fill in the verses or something, I'll obviously sit down and think about some lyrics. But they tend to just come along. Yeah. To be honest, so yeah.
Any back of the net songs that you've wrote? You know that one you go, God, get it.
To be honest, you do that every time. You think, oh my god, and you think this is class.
Yeah.
And then you see what it's like when you do a gig and see how the audience react. But I think the bet for us personally, everyone speaks to me and says a song called "Sparks Behind Your Eyes" is my best. I personally wouldn't rate my songs, but other people seem to say that's our best one. I'm playing that tonight, so just you get a great feeling when one comes along. You get a great feeling. That's the sort of like a drug, and it's a brilliant feeling. So
repeat that title again.
It's called "Sparks Behind Your Eyes."
Mrs. Brown, did you hear that? Get that Sparks.
It's on SoundCloud for free.
Just tell him, because he is a bit of an idiot. But he's going to play that for you.
Wicked.
Right now.
Oh, awesome.
Joe, go and have a great time.
Wicked, cheers.
And I'm going to see you a bit later, anyhow, mate.
Nice one. Thanks for your time, mate.
On your own, pal.
Wicked.
Bit of an acoustic set. Cheers, Joe.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks.
Joining up now with Sunset Bloom.
Sunshine Bloom.
Ja, sunset, sunshine.
Close enough.
I tell you what, it must cost you a fortune in chrysanthemums.
It's a new thing we just decided, because it's with the sort of bloom idea that it seemed like a nice idea to share the love of flowers with the audience. So I thought, we'd chuck them out and spread the love.
I must admit, I watched it. I thought you were superb.
Oh, thanks. Thank you very much.
I thought that your stage presence is phenomenal.
Thank you.
You've got a presence that very few have got. I thought your music, I thought your connection, I thought everything about the band, and then when you got the bloom and you chucked it up, I thought, bloody hell, where did he get all that from? It was just littered in flowers. It was great, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, well I thought it was really good. There was a really good sort of atmosphere tonight. I think everyone kind of connected, and it was a really, really positive place, and I think we all connected on stage, and it was just a really good bounce. I think there's a really good energy which I think fed through.
I think the one thing about Sunshine Bloom is that everyone's got the same kind of influences, and everyone just feels it. It's like everyone's very competent musicians, and they're and I think just deep down there, I think we just pulled it together tonight. It's just one of those things about playing little venues, and just making sure that you know what you're doing, you're confident in what you're doing, and you just let go. You know what I mean? Just be yourself. No one wants to go up there and be Slash or a big-headed rock star. You know what I mean? I think one thing about Sunshine Bloom is that we've got a front man here who takes centre stage, and everyone else can just sit around and let him do his thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just like and we've got Sean here on keys and guitars, and it's a great combination to have a member of the band that can kind of have that. You've got keys here, you've got keys there. He's playing keys 1 minute, you turn around, he's got a guitar and a tambourine around his neck, you know what I mean? It's Sunshine Bloom going places this summer.
And his guitar case has gone somewhere as well.
I heard about that,
Yeah, on the phone to the guy, we're going to get it back.
We sorted it, are we on it?
I think we're on it.
I really enjoyed tonight, and it was just like a spur of the moment for me. It was like we've all got separate lives, you know what I mean? We've got very busy business, university, student, family kind of thing, and it's hard to commit living in different parts of the Midlands, you know what I mean? It's hard to commit to rehearse and doing one rehearsal and one gig a month or whatever, you know what I mean? I think for what we did tonight was just unreal in what you think how much we rehearse. I think we just get together. And the magic's there. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think there's a natural energy between us all. I think we all we connect really well. We've been through we've settled down to this lineup now, and I think we've all got similar influences, but we've all got differences which help us work together, and we kind of come together with a common goal of a certain amount of bands and music that we all really, really enjoy, and that kind of brings us together. But then we've equally all got our own influences that may be like jazz or grunge or whatever, pop, and they kind of help us to kind of do something a little bit different with that. So hopefully it's not the same old shit that you hear from all the other bands. Hopefully we're trying to do something interesting, and that's kind of what it's all about. That plus just getting up there, connecting, having a good time, doing a bit of a performance, because people want to come and see a band enjoying themselves. They don't want to come and watch people staring at the shoes. People have paid money, they want to be entertained.
How many guitar players stand there and look at their fingers? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you just got to get on with it. Look around. I like looking at the other guys and getting the feedback off them and knowing that the other guys are into it. Do you know what I mean? And that's what a band's about, isn't it? Connecting with the audience and connecting with your fellow bandmates, you know what I mean? And if you make a little bit of a cock up here and there, get over it. That wasn't a cock up.
No,
that was the quirky bit of the song, mate.
and the bass guitarist, the lead singer.
Yeah.
That's a little bit unusual. I know Paul McCartney.
Yeah, there's McCartney, there's Phil Lynott. There are a few of them out there. Yeah. I mean, I guess I was always
Geddy Lee, mate.
Geddy Lee. Yeah, exactly. People have likened me to him. Yeah, there's a few of them.
Yeah.
But I guess because I've always kind of been
Jeffries.
Yeah, exactly. I've always been a singer, so singing was kind of what I started doing, and I really started playing a bass just because there wasn't a bass player in the band I was in at the time. So, and I now actually love it. I think it gives a nice juxtaposition because I've got a treble instrument in my vocal, and then I've got the bass that holds the groove down.
And you've got one less person to split the purse with, haven't you?
It's a good point. It's true enough. Yeah.
Oh, that's a bonus.
Really interesting.
Hey?
Can I say something?
Yeah, so you like, mate, if you want. Where you
really
from?
true. The band was very nice, especially James.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a tenner.
Exactly, that's worth it.
It couldn't be X Factor no more, you know what I mean? But it would be more him.
I think it's more Robert Plant than X Factor.
Yeah, it's been said before. I'll have that. I'll take that. That's a
Yeah.
compliment. Absolutely. Yeah.
Robert Plant and who was it? Neil Morrissey.
I thought you were a ringer.
Planty and Morrissey teamed up together, formed Sunshine.
Stephen Patrick Morrissey, but it's in the other Morrissey.
Sunshine Bloom and took on
Men behaving badly.
Exactly. Yeah, that's about bloody right with him as well.
Where you from? How can people connect with you? I know the audience did tonight.
Yeah.
We're on Twitter, on social networks, on your website. People wanting to buy your music because it is great music.
Absolutely. Thank you. Well, so we're loosely Birmingham based or West Midlands based,
Yeah.
so we all live reasonably near, although
Sure.
Sean's been in London for the last year, but he's coming back up. We've got a Facebook, which is facebook.com/Sunshine Bloom UK. What? Sorry.
Oh, go on.
You can also find us at sunshinebloom.com.
You can, yes, and you can find us on Facebook, Sunshine Bloom UK, and you can find us on Twitter, Sunshine Bloom UK. So try and connect with us. We're hopefully going to get some music out, some proper music out online soon. But there's certainly some videos and bits and bobs on there that you can sort of check out. So do try and come down and come to our next gigs.
How long have you guys been gigging? How long have you been together?
So
Third gig.
yeah,
Really?
That's the third gig with me, that's the third gig with me as part of the lineup.
Jeez.
I think we've done 3 rehearsals.
I mean, it looks as though you played 3,000, if I'm honest.
That's a great.
You look as though you've been playing forever.
I appreciate that. That's a great compliment.
And what I loved about you guys as well is the energy on there. You had a smile on your face. You looked as though you was enjoying it, and you absolutely smashed it. And the audience was watching you, and you was you're like a bundle of nervous kind of energy, belting out. Them babies, man.
I'm an energetic person, even when I've not got a guitar around my neck. So the idea that I'm actually there playing music kind of brings it to life, and just kind of getting that.
Yeah.
You get it from the audience, and they bounce off you, you bounce off them, and before you know it, you're having a great time. So
Yeah.
there was, and having energy in your performance is what it's all about for me. It really is all about getting up there, enjoying yourself. If I'm not knackered by the end of my gig, I haven't worked hard enough. That's it. So absolutely.
Now with Glastonbury round the corner,
Yeah.
you would be the ideal band to have on the stage there.
Have a word with Mr. Evis and see what you can sort out. I'll be going there as a spectator this year, but next year I hope we're going to go there and play it.
You shouldn't be a spectator. You should be on a stage because, you know, you're a band that great in a bar, great in a club, but you must be a fantastic festival band as well, mate.
I think, given that we fill a stage that's about 3 square metres wide, I'd love to have the opportunity to run around like a fool on a really, really big stage and proper blow people away. That's where we'd like to get to. We're a band that can definitely grow and fit in that sort of space, so absolutely.
So, will you be doing any festivals this summer, or is it more for next summer?
I think it's for next summer because everything's still quite in its infancy. As I say, this lineup's only been going for 3 gigs, so the idea is that we're going to kind of, after these few gigs that we've got over the next few weeks, go away, start looking at next summer, really sort of trying to focus on getting those bigger gigs, but getting a bigger set together. We've only got sort of half an hour's worth of material, but get writing more, get working together more, because we're still quite new in the writing, so kind of understanding how we can work well together, write good songs, and then hopefully sort of hit it big in sort of 6-12 months time and really see what we can do.
So you've blown me away tonight.
Thank you.
When's the next time I can come and see you? Where are you gigging?
So we're at the Rainbow Venues on the 4th of July, so American Independence Day, we'll be down there. There's a few other bands on the bill, I don't know who yet, but we're going to be down there at the Rainbow, so really, really excited about that. Should be a great gig.
Guys, can I thank you for your time?
Thank you very much.
Absolutely superb. And I did notice before you saying it's your 3rd gig.
Absolutely.
Your equipment never comes till about 5 minutes before that 3rd gig. You was running around like a lunatic.
It was a little bit hairy.
To put that on as you did tonight was different class and was superb, mate.
Cheers, I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
And let's just, before we go, I know it's not Neil Morrissey to your left hand side, but let's have a name check of all of your band.
Indeed. So I'm James Jeffrey and I play the bass and I'm lead vocalist.
And
I'm Sean Evans. I sing a little bit, but mostly I play the guitar and keyboard.
And I'm Andy Corns, and I do backing vocals and play rhythm and lead guitar.
Superb. Guys, all I'm going to say to you...
I'm Matt. That was a great gig today.
It was, Matt, wasn't it? All I'm going to say, guys... Go to the florist and go and get some more chrysanthemums, baby.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for your time. Top draw. Well done.
Living in a fantasy world of diamonds and pearls, will you be my hand grenade? I've been chasing dragons and dreams, you know what I mean. I'm a crossblade renegade. This game of consequences, you're sitting on your fences. Strategies and self-defenses, plain to see. You deal with complications and live with accusations. Try a little deprivation, you and me. What I inside of me, I don't wanna be ignored. While I can set you free, I don't wanna be adored. I'll ride back to where I started from. I meet you. If you wanna get us around my runaway bride, will you twirl and fall away? In the end, all heroes will fall, mean nothing at all as the night shadows the day. This game of consequences, you're sitting on your fences. Strategies and self-defenses, plain to see. You deal with complications and live with accusations. Try a little deprivation, you and me. While I tread silently, I don't wanna be ignored. While I can set you free, I don't wanna be adored. I'll ride back to where I started from. I meet you. This game of consequences, you're sitting on your fences. Strategies and self-defenses, plain to see. You deal with complications and live with accusations. Try a little deprivation, you and me. This road is dark and cold, I don't wanna be alone. My future's bought and sold and all hope sinks like a stone. I'll ride back to where I started from. I meet you. I'll ride back to where I started from. I meet you.
And finally, on the Sports Radio Music Show, another Chris Johnson presents at the Victoria Pub in John Bright Street, Birmingham. Superb night, 4 fantastic bands. Got a bone to pick with you first though, mate. The Moons at the Hare and Hounds on the 20th of September. That is wrong timing.
You're just not going to have to get married, mate.
Mate, it's the night I'm getting married. I can't leave my missus
Get
in.
your priorities right.
And then to add insult to injury, Sammy Rogers gigging with the Moons. That's 2/5 of Paul Weller's band, and I ain't going to be there. But you can come up to Benjamin's where our wedding is and come and be part of my wedding. Bring the moons up here, Sammo.
Get him to do a little acoustic set or something.
Seriously, proper. Gabby said.
Take over the wedding.
Yeah, Gabby says if you want to come and play him, like, we'll unplug the DJ, and the moons want to come play an acoustic set, you're all more than welcome, mate.
I'll ask him.
But tonight, great night, superb. You must be really pleased.
Yeah, it's a good night again. It was. It's nice and busy.
Yeah, it was.
Good. And 3 great bands, and Joe, obviously, from Hope Street, had to plan his own tonight because there's Corey, drummer, his hand or something.
Yep.
So it's a good night all round. Really good.
But again, that's the live music, isn't it? That's what happens. As you're saying to the guys there, that there's the Marshall speakers going up the stairs 5 minutes before. That was only their 3rd ever gig as that piece tonight.
Yeah.
You know, you can't replicate that. It's real. It's organic. It happens in pubs. This is in a street in Birmingham. You know, I mentioned earlier that I'd passed the Balti Mile. I'm going to go back and I'm going to get one of them Balties. This is a fantastic city.
It's great.
This is
city.
real.
This is a sort of gig that every band, every band in the world has started and played at venues like this. They've had to lump their own gear up 700 steps. And they've turned up 5 minutes before they're due to go on, and that's just how it is.
That's the reality. I mean, to a lot of kids these days with the celebrity status and turn on the telly and the X Factor and download it, we've just won. Everybody just get that button now, bang down, oh blimey, the number one. It ain't a shock. But this is where it really all begins. Streets like this in Birmingham, man.
It is. Yeah, these sort of these smaller venues. You sometimes get lucky and you see some of the things to come in the future.
And also you've got the Sunflower, because you've had another gig on at Sunflower tonight. You're a busy man. You must have 30, 40 or even more in your little stable, the Chris Johnson Present stable. You're a pioneer. It's down to people like you that put gigs on for bands that makes them and puts them onto that road to success on that first rung of the ladder at times.
Yeah, they've there's a lot of really good bands in Birmingham, and obviously from different areas around Birmingham that come into play as well. And they all another great show tonight. I'm just about to meet the lad who's doing the show at the Sunflower, and according to what he's been texting me, it's been going really well down there as well.
Brilliant.
So
let's have a name check for some of the guys that played the Sunflower tonight.
Yeah, down the Sunflower we had Cassiopeia headlining, Bolshe, Zim Zim and Inches from the Ground played down there tonight. So check them out.
Okay, yeah, definitely will do. We'll say, going forward, what have you got on the horizon apart from the Moons? You've got to move it, mate, have 21st.
Obviously got the Moons, it's going to be a great night, that is.
And Hare and Hounds, not here, not Sunflower, Hare and Hounds.
Hare and Hounds, Saturday 20th of September.
Yeah, don't get married.
Just to remind you. We've got Dexters are coming back here.
Brilliant.
On Saturday the 15th of November.
I'll be up here.
What else have we got? We've got a great band called the Grammotones. You were down
you're
there.
You're joking, you got them as well?
Yeah, we're still trying to find a date for them, so that'll be sorted soon. Obviously, you'll hear it.
Old Man.
Yes.
Record of the week. Fantastic. On the Sports Radio Music Project.
What a tune. It's great.
Embedded.
Fantastic.
Seen the video to that?
I have. Brilliant.
Get in there, son.
Yeah, not share that video.
But again, the Grammotones, playing with Paul Weller at
Warwick Castle.
They are, yes. Because the Merrileys, get them down there. The Merrileys are playing at in the Forest.
That's right.
At Cannon,
yeah,
and they're at Warwick.
Yeah,
on the 11th.
Obviously Weller next week, Saturday actually, with the Merrileys. Great band they are, brilliant band, and it's nice to see the Grammotones though. They're getting. I think they're supporting Weller throughout the whole of Europe, and then they're doing Warwick Castle. I think they're doing Cardiff Castle. I don't know. They're doing a few other dates.
Yeah,
they're a brilliant band they are, and definitely. I think it's going to be sort of November time. So it'll be either here or at Sunflower Lounge. It'll be another great night. That one.
And I watched them at the Institute backing up Steve Craddock.
Yeah, well,
with
Jake.
Liam.
Yeah, that's it. And Jake, the singer for the lead singer. Well, there's three of them obviously, but Jake, one of the guys from Grammotones, plays lead guitar for Craddock in his band as well, doesn't he? So he's very well thought of, and you know, and obviously they've recorded their EP. I think they're recording their first album down at Black Barn Studios, which is Weller's studio. So, you know, they've really held in some real good high regard.
Paul Weller does a lot of that, don't he? To be fair, you know, if there's a band that he likes, he opens up with Charles Royce and does all the producing and that.
He does. He knows what he knows. You know, it's so hard for any band to sort of take the next step. And Weller's been there, done it. He's got the pound signs in the bank to prove it, and he's putting something back into it, isn't he? He's helped a lot of people.
Have you got more modern classics yet? The new album that's just in there.
I have, yeah. I unfortunately didn't get any tickets to see him at one of his little intimate shows, unfortunately, there.
No,
that would have been good.
B1%.
Yes.
He's doing one for B1%, and that is the charity that we support through the Sports Radio Music Project. Steve Pilgrim, the drummer, who's the founder member. Gotta say, the drummer on the last band there, he's smashing it.
He was. Not even mic'd up, and it's probably the loudest drum I've heard in that room.
He was standing.
Unbelievable.
He was standing on his feet, whacking that drum. I thought, blimey.
It was loud.
Yeah.
It was very loud. We had a complaint actually in sound check earlier.
Yeah.
Where are we? The Alexandra Theatre, that's it, next door to the Victoria.
Right,
we've got some sort of Shakespeare playing next door.
Oh, you joking?
And they come round, and they come round and they complain that we were too loud. Never heard anything like it.
I'll be honest. It's a fucking music What do you expect? They're a punk rock band.
Unbelievable. No, yeah, exactly. That's it. Yeah, old Shakespeare weren't liking it anywhere.
Oh, blimey. To be or not to be. On that note, and it was a loud note, it even rose the bard from the dead. I'm going home to my bed. Hey, do you know that? See the way I rhymed that there, man. But not before the bolty. Chris, brilliant. Love what you're doing. And by the way, we're hooking up with lots of people. Princess Alice up there in Middlesbrough. There's Deebs doing stuff with the Spitfires down in the south. You've got like the boys, Vic doing stuff up there with in Leeds with Archie, and there's so much proper real music. Mr. Peeps up in Manchester, all these different venues all across the country. What we need to do is share bands like we share music over Facebook.
Yeah, definitely. I completely agree. Get bands to new places and to new cities.
Get our brummies, the best of Birmingham, out and showing the world what a city we are, brother.
We are.
We are off to bed. Cheers, mate. Later, thanks for your time. Cheers, Chris. Ta-ra, man.
Cracker smacking back along a lost and lonely track. Cause I think I've been trapped inside the web of my own truths and lies tonight. You may be lost, you may be found, a fleeting foot on changing ground. So pick a spot and throw a stone, you won't need no direction home tonight. Something, build something, break something, move something, shake something. You might create something right. So please drink from my broken cup and please read from my open book. I don't need much but the same thing back, so please say you can grant me that tonight. Something, build something, break something, feel something, make something. You might create something right. It's not a sin you've given and you had no choice but choose to win or lose and sit outside the game. Watch it spin again tonight. Say something, steal something, pay something, feel something, fake something, move something, shake something, love someone, make something. sight but don't ignite.